Hello, good morning students. Welcome back our chemistry online class. In the last class we discussed about the solutions, right? What are the types of solutions we studied in the last class? That is saturated solution, supersaturated solution, unsaturated solution. Lot of things we discussed, right? And I hope you studied all these things. Okay, study well. Today we are going to discuss about solubility. Okay, under that lesson 9 solutions, we are going to study solubility. So what is meant by solubility? Solubility means there is a limit to dissolve the solute. Okay, so it is a limit to dissolve the solute at a given temperature, at a particular amount of water. So here solubility in the sense, for example, you can take 100 gram of water. 100 gram of water can dissolve only in 36 gram of salt or sugar. Okay, 100 gram of water can dissolve only in 36 gram of salt or sugar. That means solute. We know solution means that it contains salt plus water gives solution. Salt plus water, that is a salt solution. Okay, so solubility means there is a limit to dissolve the solute in a particular amount of water at definite temperature. Okay, so here how much it is a measure of solution is a measure of the solubility is a measure of how much gram of salt can dissolve in specified amount of solvent. We can say this solute, the salt we can say solute, and this water we can say solvent. Okay, so how much it is a measure of how much gram of solute can be dissolved in specified amount of solvent, that is solubility. Okay, next we are going to study the definition of solubility. Okay, so definition of solubility. Solubility is defined as number of amount of salt. Okay, number of amount of salt, that means solute. Okay, number of amount of solute is dissolved in particular amount of solvent, definite amount of solvent at definite temperature at 25 degrees Celsius. 100 gram of water can dissolve 36 gram of salt. That is called as solubility. Have you understood the term solubility? So what is solubility? Solubility is defined as number of solute is dissolved in definite amount of solvent at a particular temperature is called as solubility. Example, 36 gram of sodium chloride. Salt, common salt, chemical name is sodium chloride, NaCl. So 36 gram of sodium chloride can dissolve in 100 gram of water at 25 degrees Celsius. Have you understood this solubility? So what is meant by solubility? Solubility is number of amount of salt. Number of amount of salt dissolved in 100 gram of water. Dissolved in 100 gram of water at 25 degrees Celsius. That is called as solubility. Have you understood solubility? Then next we are going to study some solubility values. Okay. So some compound solubility value. So first one, listen, CaCO3. CaCO3 means that is calcium carbonate. That is called as what? Calcium carbonate. Okay, calcium carbonate solubility 0.0013 gram. At 100 gram of water, this calcium carbonate can dissolve how much gram of 0.0013. Okay, to calculate this solubility term, we have one formula. Okay, that is solubility is equal to mass of the solute divided by mass of solvent. Mass of solvent into 100. This is the formula. Okay. Solubility is equal to mass of the solute divided by mass of the solvent into 100. So mass of the solute means maybe salt or sugar, any one salt. Okay, so that is salt weight of the salt and mass of the solvent, how much amount of water we are going to take, solvent, liquid. Okay, so mass of solvent into 100. This is the formula of solubility. So solubility is equal to mass of the solute divided by mass of the solvent into 100. Have you understood solubility formula? The next solubility values we are going to learn, that is a standard value. Okay, so please mug up it. Okay, CaCO3, calcium carbonate. Maybe they will ask in a one more question. Okay, so calcium carbonate solubility value per 100 gram. Okay, only per 100 gram this value is given. So calcium carbonate solubility value is 0.0013 gram. Then sodium chloride, NaCl, common salt. Okay, what is the solubility of common salt? Sodium chloride, that is 36 gram. Okay. Then what is the solubility of ammonia? NH3. NH3 means ammonia. Okay. Ammonia. Ammonia solubility value is 48 gram. Ammonia solubility value is 48 gram. Then NaOH. NaOH means that is sodium hydroxide. Na means sodium. Okay, OH hydroxide. So sodium hydroxide solubility value 80 gram. Okay, sodium hydroxide solubility value 80 gram. Then glucose C6H12O6. Glucose formula C6H12O6. Glucose formula 91 gram. Then sodium bromide. Okay, sodium bromide. NaBr, that's solubility value is 95 gram. Then sodium iodide, that is 184 gram. So study these values. Okay, here important one is sodium chloride. What is the solubility value of sodium chloride? 36 gram. Okay, the solubility of sodium chloride is 36 gram. The next we are going to study what are the factors affect this solubility. Important question. This is important 4 mark question. Often they will ask this question. So listen carefully. Factors affecting solubility. So here 3 main factors affect the solubility. Okay, 3 main factors will affect the solubility. First factor is nature of solute and solvent. Nature of solute and solvent. Second factor, temperature. Second factor, temperature. Third factor, pressure. So what are the factors affect the solubility? Nature of solute and solvent, temperature, pressure. Okay. So here first we are going to discuss about the first term, nature of solute and solvent. So the solute and solvent means, you know, solute means one salt or sugar. Okay. Then solvent means liquid. Okay, water or any other liquids. Okay. So this solute and solvent plays the first point, solute and solvent plays an important role in solubility. Okay, it is the main thing. The solute and solvent is the main thing in solubility. So solute and solvent plays an important role in solubility. And we studied aqueous and non-aqueous solutions, right? So aqueous means water acts as a solvent. Non-aqueous means any liquid other than water, except water, any other liquids. Okay. So some solute can dissolve by water, but some solute cannot dissolve by water. So that is the similarities about the solubility. So here listen, polar solvent. So chemist says that like dissolves like dissolves like, that means dissolving occurs, similarities exist between the solute and solvent, similarities. Okay, that means listen, polar compound can dissolve only in polar solvent. Okay, polar compound example, ionic compounds or covalent compounds. If you are taking sodium chloride, the sodium chloride can split it into Na plus and Cl minus. Ions can form. When it was splitted, it will form ions. So that contains ionic character. That ionic character compounds are called as polar. Okay, polar compounds. Okay, so this polar compound can dissolve in polar solvent. Polar solvent means another one, polar solvent. Better example, water. When water is splitted, it will splitted into H plus and OH minus. Okay, H plus and OH minus. Here also ions will form. So polar solvent can dissolve only in, polar compound, that means polar salt. Okay, polar compound can dissolve only in polar solvent. And non-polar compounds dissolve only in non-polar solvent. Non-polar compounds dissolve only in non-polar solvents. These polar compounds does not dissolve in non-polar solvent, like that. This non-polar compounds does not dissolve in polar solvent. Okay, this is the nature of solute and solvent. So polar compounds dissolve polar solvent. Here the example is sodium chloride dissolve in water. NaCl can dissolve in water. This non-polar solvent non-polar solute example, fat. Fat does not dissolve in water, right? So fat dissolve in ether, non-polar compound ether. Fat dissolve in which solvent? Ether. This is one more question. Okay, so please underline it. Sodium chloride dissolve in water, then fat dissolve in ether. That means polar dissolve in polar solvent, non-polar dissolve in non-polar solvent. This is the nature of solute and solvent. Have you understood the first paragraph? So nature of solute and solvent. Here first point, solute and solvent plays an important role in the solubility. Okay, water does not dissolve everything. So polar solvent can dissolve polar compounds can dissolve polar solvent. Non-polar compounds can dissolve non-polar solvent. Here the polar to polar example, sodium chloride can dissolve water. Then non-polar to non-polar example, fat dissolve in ether. This polar compound does not dissolve in this non-polar solvent, like that. Non-polar compounds does not dissolve in polar solvent. Okay, have you understood first one? Then next we are going to study second term, temperature. Okay, in this temperature, here we are going to discuss about two things. First one, effect of solubility of solid in liquid. Solid in liquid. Second one, effect of solubility of gas in liquid. So first one, solid in liquid. liquid. Then second one, gas in liquid. So here this temperature, under this temperature, what we are going to study means based on the temperature the solute will increases, the solubility will increases or decreases. That only here we are going to learn. So listen, solubility of solid in liquid, first heading. Okay, solubility of solid in liquid. So here the solubility of solid solute, mostly solid means we are taking solute, right? So solubility of solid solute in liquid solvent, solvent mostly liquid only. Okay, so solubility of solid solute in liquid solvent increases with the increase in temperature. The increase in temperature. In endothermic process, solubility increases, temperature will increases. Here the best example, listen, greater amount of sugar will dissolve in warm water than cold water, right? Greater amount of sugar will dissolve in warm water than cold water. So here what we understand, if temperature increases, solubility also increases. This is the simple term. So if solubility of solid in liquid, what we studied? So solubility of solid solute in liquid solvent increases, temperature will increases. That means greater sugar will dissolve warm water than cold water. More amount of sugar will dissolve in warm water than cold water. In endothermic process, endothermic means that is the absorption of heat or liberation of heat, absorption of heat, right? So endothermic means absorption of heat. When heat is absorbing, temperature will be increases. Okay, so in endothermic process, solubility increases, temperature also. Solubility increases, temperature also increases. In exothermic process, exothermic means liberation of heat, right? So in exothermic process, solubility decreases, temperature increases. Okay, solubility decreases, temperature will increases. This is solubility of solid in liquid. Okay, so solubility of solid in liquid, what we studied under this topic? Solubility of solid solute in liquid solvent increases with the increase in temperature. Greater amount of sugar will dissolve in warm water than cold water. In endothermic process, solubility increases, temperature also increases. In exothermic process, solubility decreases, temperature increases. Okay. Then next we are going to study solubility of gas in liquid. Okay. Solubility of gas in liquid. One thing, generally when we are boil the water, we can see the bubbles, right? So how the bubbles was formed, do you know? Because this actually water contains some dissolved oxygen. Okay, it contains more dissolved oxygen. When we are boiling the water, this oxygen will be escapes in the form of bubbles. Okay, so that only bubbles are formed. So oxygens are escaped in the form of bubbles. So here what we are understand means temperature increases means oxygen level is decreases. Okay, so here solubility of gas in liquid increases, temperature also increases. That means dissolved oxygen is decreases, temperature increases. One more example, in aquatic region, animals are lived in more there. Why means in aquatic region that water contains more dissolved oxygen. Okay, that water contains more dissolved oxygen. That more dissolved oxygen present in this cold region, so that aquatic animals are lived more in cold region. Okay, so oxygen increases, temperature decreases. Okay, here the main thing, gas in liquid increases with based on the temperature. Okay, gas in liquid increases based on their temperature. Okay, have you understood the temperature, effect of temperature? So in this effect of temperature we studied two terms. First one, solubility of solid in liquid. Second one, solubility of gas in liquid. In solubility of solid in liquid increases, temperature increases. In endothermic process, temperature increases, solubility increases, temperature increases. In exothermic process, solubility decreases, temperature increases. Then effect of gas in liquid. Here we studied two examples, that is oxygen, bubbles. Why bubbles? When water is boiling, why bubbles are releasing? That means dissolved oxygen will escape in the form of bubbles. So that the temperature increases, oxygen will be decreases. Okay, then we studied aquatic animals. Why aquatic animals live more in cold region? This is on 2 mark question. Why aquatic animals live more in cold region? Because in cold region, dissolved oxygen present more in that water, so that aquatic animals live more in cold region. Then last one, effect of pressure. So the effect of pressure increases with increase in temperature. If pressure increases, temperature also increases. Here the common example is carbonated beverages. Carbonated beverages means that is cool drinks, soft drinks. Okay, so soft drinks, all the soft drinks contains some carbon compounds, that is carbonated beverages. So in carbonated beverages, pressure increases, the temperature also increases. Okay, pressure increases, temperature also increases. Soft drinks. Then household house cleaners containing some liquids we are used to clean the house, no? So that liquids also contain some chemicals, mostly formalin, aqueous solution of formaldehyde. Here for this term only using. That means pressure increases. When temperature increases, pressure also will increases. Have you understood? So the effect of pressure, example, carbonated beverages. So this effect of pressure was given by Henry's law. This effect of pressure is given by Henry's law. This is also important 2 mark question. What is Henry's law? So Henry's law states that gas in liquid, mostly effect of pressure will absorb only in gas in liquid. Okay, this effect of pressure will absorb only in gas in liquid. Okay, so Henry's law states that gas in liquid is directly proportional to pressure of gas. Okay, gas in liquid is directly proportional to pressure of gas at definite amount of temperature. Okay, this is Henry's law. Define Henry's law. It states that gas in liquid, solubility of gas in liquid is directly proportional to pressure of gas over the given amount of temperature. Have you understood this? Factors affecting solubility. So today we studied about 3 factors. What are the factors? Nature of, this is important 4 mark question, so listen carefully and study well. Okay, so what are the factors affecting the solubility? Nature of solute and solvent. First factor, nature of solute and solvent. Then second factor, temperature. Third factor, pressure. So nature of solute and solvent, what we studied under this topic. The first point, solute and solvent plays an important role in solubility. Solute and solvent plays an important role in solubility, and water does not dissolve everything, right? So it can dissolve some compounds only. So scientists predict one line, that is like dissolves like. Like dissolves like. Like dissolves like. This phrase means dissolving occurs when similarities exist between both solute and solvent. Okay, dissolving occurs, similarities exist between solute and solvent. That means like dissolves like. Okay, so that polar compounds can dissolve only in polar solvent. Non-polar compounds can dissolve only in non-polar solvents. Polar compounds, example sodium chloride. So sodium chloride dissolve only in water. Then non-polar compound, example fat. Non-polar solvent, example ether. So fat dissolve only in ether. This is one more question, so underline it. Okay, it is given in your book, page number 128. Page number 128, right side, second paragraph. Underlined it. Sodium chloride can dissolve in water. Fat dissolve in ether. Okay. The next, effect of temperature. Effect of temperature. Here we studied two terms, that is solubility of solid in liquid, then solubility of gas in liquid. So in solubility of solid, mostly solute is taken in the form of solid, right? So solid solute in liquid solvent increases with temperature increases. Okay, solid in solute solid in liquid increases with increase in temperature. Greater amount of sugar will dissolve in more warm water than cold water. So here in endothermic process, solubility increases, temperature also increases. In exothermic process, solubility decreases, temperature also increases. The next, gas in liquid. Gas in liquid, we studied two examples, that is oxygen, dissolved oxygen. About the dissolved oxygen we studied two examples, right? So when water is boiling, bubbles will form. That means oxygen will escapes in the form of bubbles. So more oxygen is present in more dissolved oxygen present in a water. So gas in liquid increases, temperature also increases. Then second example, what we studied, aquatic animal. Aquatic animal live more in cold region. Why? Aquatic animal live more in cold region because dissolved oxygen, more dissolved oxygen present in the water of cold region. So that only aquatic animal live more in cold region. Then last one, effect of pressure. So this term, effect of pressure, only can observe in solubility of gas in liquid. Effect of pressure only can observe in the form of solubility of gas in liquid. So effect of pressure increases, solubility increases, effect of pressure increases. Okay, solubility increases, effect of pressure also will increases. Example for effect of pressure is carbonated beverages. Carbonated beverages means that contains carbon compounds. Okay, soft drinks, then house cleaner things. That means ammonia, then formalin, aqueous solution of formaldehyde, etc. These are the things we are used to clean the homes. That is a carbonated beverage things. So this effect of pressure is based on the Henry's law. Okay, based on the Henry's law. It was given by Henry's law. That means Henry's law. What is Henry's law? It states that gas in liquid is directly proportional to pressure of a gas. Okay, gas in liquid is directly proportional to pressure of gas. Have you understood factors affecting solubility? Okay, today what are the things we studied? Solubility and factors affect the solubility. So what is meant by solubility? The number of amount of salt is dissolved in particular amount of particular amount of solvent at given temperature. So now all of you take your book. So what is the formula of solubility? Solubility is equal to mass of solute divided by mass of solvent into 100. Okay. Now take your book, all of you. Take page number 128. Factors affecting solubility, mark it. Start from first paragraph up to this much. Okay, thank you.